Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Joe can actually hear the sound in this game now. Um, Joe, what do
I
you
have
think
it
of?
muted, but
Oh,
I
you have
have
it
it muted.
muted. Okay. What?
I have it unmuted now.
What did? I'm just curious. What did you think of the music?
It's I mean it's a little derpy, but it's all right. I don't mind the music. It's just it's there.
No, nothing.
It reminds me of like we were just talking about Nintendo. It reminds me of something that'd be in like a really casual Nintendo game,
Like
like
the.
Harvest Moon or something.
Okay. Oh, I miss Harvest Moon. We got games like it though, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably talk about Harvest Moon, but we need to get going. So, without further ado,
We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way.
talk about poems, just in case, because I didn't say that. I know we said it before, but
Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry.
be happy.
I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course you. I was gonna say, of course you can, but that just says, of course.
Why is that guy so angry?
I think it's one of those things of like she thinks she's gonna get made fun of when she reads her poem out loud, so she's angry
She's
that she's being forced to do
nervous,
something.
nervous, angry, nervangy,
Nervous, angry. Yeah.
nervangy, nervangy.
Now let's see.
Anka flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in her mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium, of which we can't see.
The title of this poem is "The Way They Fly." Ahem.
Anka begins reciting her poem. Oh, we don't get to hear it.
Apparently
Bummer.
not.
I want to know what the hell flies in her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something else she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sarah looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. Is that how you say recitation?
I think it's recitation.
Recitation. The flower of us, with four of us, the flower of us, the four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica. Thank you so much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next.
She just looked like the way she zoomed in didn't look like she was nervous, but she is nervous.
Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her hand looks like she's pumping it, right?
I think she's grabbing her.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the poem, whichever.
This poem is called.
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Not gonna hear this poem either, are we?
Nope.
They make up these really intriguing titles just to tease us, and then like, nope, we're not gonna actually give it to you.
How much would I bet the guy who made this was like, all right, poem name generator in Google. And because I guarantee you that's something I would do.
It is a free game.
It is a free game.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens. She went through puberty. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside of her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. Didn't we all share poems with each other, or am I crazy?
No, I don't think you're crazy.
We're just like saying them out loud now?
Yeah, I think we were sharing them with each other individually, and now it's like to the whole class all at once.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, it shouldn't seem like that much different.
Okay.
It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off guard that we must have forgotten. Okay. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Whoa.
Yuri, that was really good.
She looked like she pushed her out of the way.
I think, yeah, it kind of looked like that. I think she just ran off the stage and was like, I'm done.
Yeah. No, it said that, but the way the visuals were, it's like, get out of the way. You're done.
Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing.
Like Yuri is down for the count. What?
Okay.
She passed out?
Tired. Too much stress. I guess I'm next then.
I can actually relate to that. Actually, I would probably, if it didn't make like a big scene, I would probably run out of the room and go home, and then just like put on some relaxing music or something like that.
Go home, sleep,
chill out, sleep. Yeah. Sarah hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Ah. Sorry, I giggled.
That really got me.
Move on. Just move on. We have both laughed enough for this scene.
Theory.
It's a lot harder than I thought.
I'm not gonna make a joke, but I thought it.
Okay. How did you guys do it so easily?
Oh my god.
Ah.
Okay. My mind's out of the gutter.
Okay. Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people.
It's They said hard. Anytime somebody says hard, I think of that. That's what she said.
I blame Michael Scott from
I
The Office.
I was just gonna say, if I had never watched The Office, I would have never thought of that. That would never have popped into my mind, like when in these situations. I'm trying to expel The Office from my brain.
I think I might rewatch it. That's a good show.
I've actually kind of soured on it.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. Yeah. Basically they make fun of everybody.
Yes.
Not, and they all seem like idiots, except for Jim and Pam.
I don't think all of them are idiots. I think all of them are stupid in their own way, including Jim and Pam.
That's true. They do have their moments, but very few.
Yeah.
It's mostly about Jim and Pam making fun of everybody.
I think that's kind of life too, that everyone's at least a little bit stupid.
Yeah. But Jim and Pam are kind of like the cool kids.
Yeah. That's true. Anyways, imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then.
It begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Hey, I giggled. Maybe this is what Sayori... And it's still in my mind. That's all I can think about with Sayori now. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it.
Good job, Sayori.
Even Ron liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
Oh, you made her sad.
I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more.
Oh.
We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
You're gonna pick one of her poems?
Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki?
This will be interesting.
Don't make me go before Ron.
Or maybe not so interesting, since we
In
won't
other
be
words-
able to hear her.
Yeah.
In other words?
In other words, she wants to go last.
Yeah.
It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Ron lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki.
It's fine, it's fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium, and Yuri interrupts me. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. It is weird looking at them all staring at you.
Yep.
It,
All of their giant eyes.
It reminds me of a movie. Have you ever seen A Beautiful Mind?
No, but I've heard of it.
At a certain, well, I guess I shouldn't ruin it for you then. But it reminds me of my cats. At night, as I'm going upstairs, they just kind of stare at me and watch me because they know that I'm going to bed for the night, and they're just kind of it makes me sad.
Is that why, like, when I came back down, your cats, like, to use the restroom or something, your cats would just stare at me and be like, what the hell is he doing down here?
Wait.
This is sleep time. Why is he not asleep?
I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't
worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going.
Does confidence come first, or does confidence come with time? There's some people that seem very confident in their abilities. Is it arrogance, though?
Could be a million things. It's one of those things where it's like, there's no set rule for this. There's people who are confident that are really good because they've spent a lot of time doing it, and there's some people that are arrogant and they think that they're really good when they're not, and it could be a combination of a bunch of things.
Monica seems very confident.
Yeah, although I don't know how many poems of hers we've actually read. Hers seem to, like, slip my mind, whereas everyone else's have kind of stuck in my head.
Yeah, you're right. Monica's just a very forgettable character among the four of them.
And I feel like that's very on purpose.
Really?
Yep.
Because,
like, all of these characters have a trope, right? Like,
yeah.
All of them could be. All of them are memorable because we remember them by their tropes.
They have, they have a trait.
But Monica doesn't have a trait. She doesn't have a trope. She's just the president of the club.
Right. She's confident and a leader.
Yeah. But we see almost zero of those skills, right? Like, we can tell that that's how she holds herself, but we've seen zero of that, which again feels very on purpose. Because there's definitely been time where the writer could have shown those skills and could have proven that she's meant to be the leader and the reason why she holds the kind of like leadership role, but everything about her is just very forgettable.
Right.
And I feel like this is, considering how much praise this game gets, he definitely could have made her more memorable, which makes me think that, again, it was on purpose.
Okay.
Sorry about my rant.
Well, it's alright. I'm not sure. Should we go through Natsuki's?
Might as well. I don't think it'll take very long. She'll go up there and then it'll talk about how she talks, and then we'll be done.
Okay, we'll go quickly through that.
Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium, and nobody saw her ever again.
The poem is called...
Oops. Sorry.
It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyways, the poem is called Jump.
That's what I have to do to get over the podium. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting a poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little enthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again.
The whole point was that we were going to do this in front of a huge audience.
Yeah, we're gonna do this a lot, Natsuki. Get used to it. Ah, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
Really?
That's an interesting take on that.
Yeah, I would have thought the complete opposite, actually.
I guess it's one of those things where it's like she doesn't really care about what other people think about her, but she cares about what her friends think about her.
Yeah, okay. You don't get like the feedback from a whole audience, really.
Yeah.
Except for maybe the applause at the end, but like not. You don't get like an analysis of it or anything.
Yeah, they don't sit there and pick it apart.
Yeah.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay?
Okay, well, we'll stop there. Right?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye!